What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sector for Nerds. I'm Ryan Brower, and today I'm here to give you guys my list of the top 10 female characters in Star Wars. Just remember, this is my list, so you don't have to agree with it, but I ask you respect my opinions as I will respect yours. Before we begin, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, leave a comment letting me know your favorite Star Wars female characters. Now, here are a few honorable mentions. Padme Amidala, the senator from Naboo who always seems to find herself in danger. Padme is a character who won't impact you with a blaster as much as her voice. Her words could influence millions, as Chancellor Palpatine put it in the Clone Wars. Satele Shan, a young Jedi Padawan from the days of the Old Republic. Satele was wise for her age and powerful as well. She would use her battle meditation, a rare force ability found in Jedi, to help them win many battles. The most important being against the Sith and their Star Forge. And finally, Mother Talzin. I don't think Talzin gets enough praise in the Star Wars universe. She's the mother of Darth Maul and laid down her life for his. It took Darth Sidious, Count Dooku, and General Grievous to defeat her. She is definitely as powerful as Sidious, and potentially even more powerful. Now into the list itself. At number 10 we have Hera Syndulla, the best mother in the Star Wars galaxy you could ever ask for. Ezra and Sabine may not be her actual children, but they may as well be. She found them both at their lowest points in life, and by the time they parted, they learned so much from her. She also was in love with blinded Jedi Knight Caleb Dune, also known as Kanan Jarrus. Unfortunately, she had to watch him die in one of the most emotional scenes in all of Star Wars. At least they got busy before he died so they could have a kid named Jason and try to please all the diehard Legacy of the Force fans. Screw you, Kylo Ren! But above all else, Hera is a leader, and a trait that she got from her father, Cham Syndulla. She became a high-ranked general in the Rebellion and even in the New Republic. I just really wish we would have gotten a Hera cameo in Rogue One and or The Rise of Skywalker. At number 9, Asajj Ventress, a Night Sister from Dathomir who goes from that to being a Jedi to Dooku's assassin, back to a Night Sister, and then a bounty hunter. Ventress is a very skilled warrior, and if you don't believe me, watch her fight with Anakin in the Clone Wars micro-series, one of the best-looking duels in Star Wars. But Ventress isn't just a skilled warrior, she's very flirty as well. She once killed a clone trooper and then kissed him on the cheek as her lightsaber was driven into his chest. But she finally found someone she actually loved, Jedi Knight Quinlan Vos, who can be very flirty himself. Ventress loved him so much she sacrificed her own life for his. Oh wait, you didn't know that? Read the book Dark Disciple. Originally it was going to be an arc in the Clone Wars until Disney canceled it. Thanks, Disney. At number 8, Rey Skywalker, I'm sorry, I forgot she changed it. Rey went from a scavenger on Jakku to a Jedi, though what her rank would be because no one gave her any ranks, never mind, let's not question the decisions of the new trilogy more than we already have. What's cool about Rey is in every movie she learned from a different original trilogy character. First Han Solo, then Luke Skywalker, and then Leia Organa. In all seriousness, I have no problem with her using the Skywalker name because she was practically raised by them, though if Kylo was still around, she wouldn't have to worry about taking the name of Skywalker or Palpatine. Reylo confirmed. At number 7, Iden Versio, the leader of Inferno Squad. For those who haven't played the Inferno Squad campaign in Battlefront 2 or read the Inferno Squad novel, I highly encourage it. Since her childhood on Vardos, she's been trained to become an elite pilot for the Empire, forming Inferno Squad with Gideon Hask, Sain Marana, and her future husband Del Meeko. They became the most formidable unit in the Empire. Sometime after Death Star 2 was destroyed and Operation Cinder began, Iden and Del defected from the Empire to help the rebellion. They served in many key battles like the Battle of Naboo and the Battle of Jakku. Decades later, Iden would choose to help the Resistance after losing her husband Del. She met her end at the hands of her former partner Hask, but not before she took him down too. Her daughter Zay still works for the Resistance, though her fate is TBD. At number 6, Leia Organa. Now before everyone starts complaining because maybe I have her too low on my list, let me say this. Leia was a character that inspired Star Wars fans in the late 70s and early 80s. She was a character that connected with generations of fans, though as the years have gone on, there have been more female characters in Star Wars that I think were meant to inspire my generation, and more specifically, me. But that doesn't mean I don't think highly of Leia. She fills everyone with hope and makes you believe anything is possible. Leia is the OG, and I realize that she's a main reason Star Wars is beloved by its fans, specifically its female audience. Leia is the daughter of Anakin and Padme, but was adopted by Bail Organa and his wife when Anakin turned to the dark side and Padme died. She learned not only how to be rich, but also how to be a leader and a warrior. Leia died in The Rise of Skywalker. Whether or not that was always the plan remains to be seen, but regardless, they did what they had to do to honor the legacy of this character without the actress herself there. Rest in peace, Carrie, and thank you. At number 5, Bo-Katan. Remember when I said over the years Star Wars has created characters that are meant to appeal to my generation? Well, this is one of them. She may be the sister of the pacifist Duchess Satele Kryze, but she is the exact opposite of her, because she is a warrior. She served under Pre Vizsla until his death by the hands of Darth Maul. After she led her half of the Mandalorians to take back Mandalore from Maul with the help of former Jedi Ahsoka Tano, who she once slapped in the butt, let's not forget, and half of the 501st Clone Legion led by Commander Rex. After she reclaimed Mandalore and was ready to rule, the Empire happened. So, that kinda ruined those plans. Years later, she would unite the Mandalorians, except for Clan Saxon, and obtain the Darksaber thanks to the help of Sabine Wren. Her fate is still TBD. Moff Gideon, if I find out you kill Bo, so help me! At number 4, Satele Shan, a descendant of Revan and Bastila. Inheriting her family's sensitivity, Satele was inducted into the Jedi Order. She led the Jedi and Republic into many battles in the Great Galactic War and became a war hero, like Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars. She lost her second master thanks to Sith apprentice Malgus, whom she would later defeat with the help of Republic trooper Jace Malcolm. They began an affair for 6 months, but Satele ended it after sensing darkness in him. However, she was pregnant with Malcolm's child. She continued to fight in the war, but as time went on, she realized it was impossible to hide her pregnancy. She went to her first mentor, Nagani Zoe, for help. Zoe would help raise the child once born, but Satele still named her newborn son. His name was Thuron. I'm not going to get into the rest of her story as that would take too much time, but after her child's birth, she rejoined the Jedi Order and eventually she would go on to become a Grand Master. Let me say that again, a Grand Master. How many Jedi have achieved that rank? I'll tell you what, not many. There's no way to describe Satele other than a badass. Her story is truly inspiring, and I wish so bad for an Old Republic movie about her because she frickin' deserves it. At number 3, Dr. Aphra. After reading her comics, Dr. Aphra shot up my list of favorite female characters. The young archaeologist first travels with Wookiee bounty hunter Black Chrysanthemum, I believe I pronounced that right, and her droid duo 000 and BT-1. Later on, she begins a romance with Imperial officer Magna Tulvin. Also, I think Aphra's character may have been inspired by Indiana Jones, you know, with the whole archaeologist thing. She goes on many adventures, but a lot of things go wrong on her journeys between her run-ins with smugglers, the rebellion, her love interest, and even Darth Vader himself. But at the end of the day, Aphra, while at times is depressed by her life, is strong. She's truly an inspired character, even if she's not necessarily all good. Her comics won a GLAAD Award for Outstanding Comic Book, which is well deserved. At number 2, Sabine Wren. I don't know how everyone else feels about her, but I freaking love Sabine. First of all, she's a Mandalorian, so instant points already. Second, that episode in Season 1 of Rebels when Sabine is having trust issues with Hera and Kanan resonated with me. It made me want to know about Sabine's past and why she has these issues. Sabine's character doesn't really get that big of a push until Season 3, specifically Trials of the Darksaber, which is one of my favorite episodes of the whole show. The moment with her and Ezra where she basically says, "You don't know what I'm dealing with, no one does," it gives it that moment of realization that her past is still haunting her. And then the saber fight between her and Kanan was a masterpiece of storytelling, not just because of the fight, but because of the music and just everything with Sabine telling Kanan. The first time I watched it, I was shocked by what I was hearing, and then at the end, I even started tearing up with Sabine. Don't ask for my reaction watching it a second time, though. I knew there was more to Sabine's character, but I just had to be patient, and the patience paid off. The following episode was just as good as Sabine confronted her family, which started bad, but then turned out well in the end. Sabine chose to stay with her family and henceforth leaving the show for a bit. Dave Filoni, you really know how to get me invested in characters and then take them away from me just like that. Sabine would go on to give the Darksaber that she found on Dathomir to Bo-Katan, which I mentioned earlier. Sabine would return to the Ghost Crew and help them liberate Lothal. But as far as what she's doing now, I don't know. Good question for Dave. Dave, I'm still waiting on that Sabine Wren Ahsoka Tano show, and I'm gonna beat it like a dead horse until you give it to me. At number 1, and everyone that knows me and watches this channel should see this one coming, Ahsoka Tano. Why? Because it's Ahsoka Tano. Talk about a character who was not loved in the beginning because people felt she was too snippy and disrespectful. My first reaction to Ahsoka when I was 8 years old was along lines of, Anakin Skywalker as a Padawan? Okay, cool. So not that I loved her at the beginning, but I didn't hate her either. As time went on, I grew up with Clone Wars, and Ahsoka was growing up too. I started to appreciate her more and more. Ahsoka started to become one of my favorite female characters after several big arcs in Season 3 like Mortis, the Citadel, and the final arc with the Trandoshans. The arc that really made her not just one of my favorite female characters, but favorite characters period, was the arc in Season 5 where she was framed for blowing up the Jedi Temple. It broke me to see her almost in this vulnerable state. And then that moment when she walked away is the first time Star Wars brought tears to my face. At the time, I didn't understand why. Why did I care so much? And then I realized how far she came since the Clone Wars movie. And that journey she went on, I felt like I was a part of. Like she was the sister I never had. And then when Disney canceled Clone Wars, it broke me. But little did I realize that all was not lost for Ahsoka, as she made her triumphant return in Rebels, where she would battle Inquisitors, Darth Vader, and Darth Maul. Wait, I meant formerly Darth, now just Maul. By the way, I was so happy when Maul returned too, as he's one of my favorite characters because of Clone Wars as well. Ahsoka versus Vader was a great battle and had so much emotional investment going into it. I thought Ahsoka had died after that battle, but that scene showed us otherwise. But how was Ahsoka saved? Time travel! What? I see this as an absolute win. Ahsoka would then return to the Rebels finale to pick up Sabine and ride off into the sunset, probably try to find Ezra. Dave, I'm gonna beat this like a dead horse. When are we getting the Sabine Wren Ahsoka Tano show? I need a show not just of 2 of my favorite female characters, but favorite characters, period. So that's my list of favorite Star Wars female characters. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below who your favorite female characters are and why. Also, make sure to check out other content on my channel if this is your first time watching, and I will see you guys next time.